Now, your local weather with the KX Storm Team.
We are the 5th graders from Wilton. Hey, Tom, how's the weather?
Oh, that was so great to have a Hey Tom from Wilton, and the weather, you couldn't ask for a much better day. Well, I guess you could ask for a better day, just not necessarily would get one, but it was a nice day, even though it's a little bit chilly. Have the camera at the Minot studio shooting south right now. You can see the wind farm there. Some of those are moving, some aren't, and the camera's not shaking. It just is kind of a bonus day without the wind. 26 degrees in Minot, southeast wind only 5 miles an hour, so it feels like 21. And in Bismarck, right at the thawing mark of 32, northwest wind at 3, and so there's no wind chill. In Williston, the temperature's 28 degrees, a bit of a breeze. It's out of the south at 10 miles an hour, so it's not a Canadian air mass. And in Dickinson, 30 degrees, west wind at 6, so it feels like 24 in Dickinson. But look at some of these temperatures across the state. And if you look at the east, that's where the cold air is. Boy, the teens for Grand Forks and Fargo. In Sidney, Montana at 33. You can see Medina at 23 and Bowman at 30. Flasher at 29. You get north of Lake Sakakawea. A little colder in Crosby at 23. Now, there is some colder air in the Turtle Mountains, and you can see that here, and that also stretches well east to Minnesota. But Rolla only at 12 degrees right now, same thing at Harvey. But most of us enjoyed some nicer weather, and the wind really hasn't been real bad. It's roughly 5, 6, 7 miles an hour where we're getting reports. Same thing in the north, so just kind of a bonus day during November. So here's our precision cast, and this is a forecast model, and tonight at 7 o'clock, a fairly clear sky night. No, last night I was telling you about the northern lights being out, and unfortunately for most of us it was cloudy last night. The northwest cleared up a little bit, and quite often if you get online and look, it'll tell you that the northern lights might last 2 or 3 days in a row depending on how long the solar storm was. I didn't see it happening tonight, but if you happen to be up the clear sky, you might want to take a look. It didn't show that it was going to happen, but it certainly wouldn't be a total surprise if it did. Notice these arrows, they're really small and they're out of the south, so it's not the north. We're not getting a Canadian air mass in place, so tomorrow we might have a few clouds. It'll be pretty nice, and then the wind will start kicking around to the west Friday afternoon. So I think for a couple of days, maybe through Sunday and possibly Monday, we're going to have some fairly warm temperatures. So if you have any outdoor plans, you might want to, things you want to do outdoors, you might want to do it this weekend, because this weekend looks warmer than next weekend. By Saturday morning, it looks like it'll be clouding up, and then by Saturday night, maybe not early in the night, but possibly overnight, Saturday night into Sunday morning, we might see the possibility of a little rain or a little bit of snow, and we'll have some small chances. But at this point in time, it does look like something is going to happen next week. The computer models are all over the place. There's only a couple of them that go out that far, and they keep bouncing around. So it's still a week away before we get to Thanksgiving. Something's probably going to happen somewhere in the central U.S., but that's really about the most we can pinpoint at this point in time, because it's just too far out. The next 72 hours for Dickinson, oh, look at these temperatures. And those are above normal temperatures by quite a bit, too. Same thing in Williston, maybe not quite as warm, but still into the 40s. Tonight will be in the teens and 20s, most locations, still a little colder to the east. And then daytime highs tomorrow will likely be 30s and 40s. And there might be a 50-degree reading this weekend. And as you check out the next 7 days, boy, you can see these temperatures really staying above normal here for a while. It's probably going to be breezy for a while. Same thing in Bismarck, and we will have some chances of snow. But there's some good news here, Lauren and Nicholas. There aren't any minus signs in front of those numbers as we get close to Thanksgiving.
That's always good news.
Absolutely. Thank you.